I want to de-influence you from becoming a midnight ballerina as someone who's been in the clubs for 7 years. Even though I love my job, let me tell you why it might not be the best for you. First, I want to acknowledge that I'm not referring to survival work. I'm more referring to one day you're scrolling on TikTok and you see a video of a stripper making a pile of cash, so you decide, oh my gosh, I want to go try that. And if that is what you want to do, all the power to you. Like, literally get it, girl. But I just want to tell you why I would not recommend dancing to anyone I love. So everyone talks about how it's a bad time to start because the clubs are oversaturated, but it's so much bigger than that. Like, honestly, it doesn't matter how oversaturated a club is. There's always a bag that can be made. So first things first, there is no job training. When you go to get hired, typically you'll sign contracts, you'll do your little audition. They'll tell you the rules of the club and like the house fees, which more on that later. But there is no training like you would find at a normal job. And although I don't think all people that come into the clubs are bad by any means, I do think it could be kind of scary to throw someone into situations where you're having to get like close and intimate and physical, not necessarily not like fully intimate, but you're giving dances to these people that could potentially be dangerous. Like, you have no idea who these people are. I have danced with men whose first stop out of jail was the club. Multiple times, actually, I've done that. And they don't usually disclose that to you right off the bat. They'll wait till you're like well into the dance. I've danced with the sweetest, kindest clientele ever. I've also had clientele that's come in and have not told me again till the middle of the dance that they have a tattooed from the middle of their shoulder blade to the top of their hips. So to be in an environment with those kinds of people with just like zero job training, like it can get a little shisty. You never know what you're walking into, by the way. Like, anybody can walk through those doors. I also don't mean only men clientele when I say this, because lady clientele can be just as bad. And it all will happen so fast that you're like, that at best you're going to be apologized to rather than the act ever happening in the first place. A lot of people get upset at me for normalizing SA that occurs in this industry, but I have yet to have met a dancer that hasn't experienced it to some degree. Am I normalizing it, or am I just calling attention to something I never see talked about? Next up, management can be very predatory. Also, I feel like you guys understand that I'm not talking about a specific club. I'm just talking about the industry as a whole and a lot of the things I have experienced. But management can be very predatory in the way that they will solicit dancers. They will have dancers get too intoxicated. I've also seen management shake down dancers for higher tip outs more times than I can count. And there are a lot of clubs that exist solely because they charge dancers insanely high house fees to come work there. I worked at a club earlier this year in LA that charged me $180 house fee to work and then took 50% of my money after that. Guess how many customers were in that club all night? Maybe 15? Guess how many dancers were working? Probably 40. That club is literally only open off the dancer's coin. A huge reason you guys also probably don't see me posting many money counts anymore, aside from the fact that the country's on fire. It took me years and years and years and a lot of trauma and a lot of having my boundaries violated to learn what I know about this game now, and to be making the money that I make now. And I never want someone to compare their beginning or their middle to my like 7 years in the industry. Not saying I'm never gonna post money accounts, but just like something about them feels icky to me. I don't know. I hope this isn't coming across as annoying or something, because I love my baby scrippers. But I just see way too many people that are like, oh, this is plan B, that probably have had no experience in this industry. And I'm just like, oh, please. Oh, honey. Again, it's been 7 years and I have yet to have encountered the glamorous part of this job. Time to do this hair, then let's go get this stinky bag.